The role of a stepdad. Being in the role of a stepdad. I'm about to break it down, players. Sharing a few of my experiences with y'all, man. I'm really about to just give it to you for real from a stepdad's perspective now. Like I said, I've been a part-time stepdad a few times, but you know, it never was my intentions, it just happened. So I'm gonna get into all this, players. The role of a stepdad. Let's break it down, players. Number one, start off authoritative because it leaves a lasting impression. And we all know the first impression is a lasting impression. The first impression is a lasting impression. We all know that, players. It starts from how you talk to the mother, how you carry yourself around the house, being in control or getting ran over. Because that's, like I say, those two things, you either going to get ran over or be in control, players. So, hey, like I say, pick your poison, but be in control at all times, players. Like I say, with your child or with, like I say, another woman's child. So, be in control or get ran over, players. And everything else you do, rather big or small, has a lasting impact on the relationship with the mother and the kids. A man's influence is powerful and contagious, and that's especially when it comes to your interaction with the child or the kids. From the beginning stages, set your standards and expectations high, players. I do the same thing with my daughter, but if I go with another woman, I had the same high standards and expectations for their kids, players. Hey, if the boy going to school, I need all A's. If the room ain't did right, he got to redo it. The yard ain't mowed right, you got to get out there and mow it again. If you playing football, I need 5 touchdowns a game. If you playing basketball, I need 30 points a game. If she got a little girl, same thing. If she running track, you need to come first every time. You playing basketball, I at least need 25, 30 a game from her too. All A's too, same thing. Same thing apply with my child and the one I'm dealing with, her child also. My expectations are always high, player, and standards. So, player, set your standards and expectations high, player, with your child and the other woman's child, player. Number 2, the parent and step-parent boundaries are entirely different now. Hey, and you know, and it will, because like I say, it's not your child, so you know you're dealing with another person's child. But check it now. Learning what your boundaries are as a stepdad is a long process, and it takes time and patience. You really won't know you overstep until it's brought up. Now, sometimes you can feel like you're doing the right thing, but the kid will feel it's too much. The mom will feel you're going too overboard, and sometimes the biological dad will also. That's if the dad is in that child's life. He will too, but players, like I'm going to say this. Now, in my experiences, I was told I was going too far, but it was never like going too hard with the discipline. It was always like, I just was trying to pull the best out of the child. Like, okay, let's say it was a boy. I would always try to pull the best out of the boy, because I knew that by me being a child, I didn't have the game passed down to me. So when I see him and I see it in him, I see the potential, so I try to pull that potential out of him. You see what I'm saying? Same thing if she got a daughter. I always try to pull it out of them because I know they can give more. And then if I do discipline them, you know, I try to take some, you know, away from them or something like that. It's to just show them that, hey, life ain't gonna always give you everything. You got to earn it. So, but you know, I've been told, you know, you're going overboard. But I was just trying to raise them because I know, hey, you know, being black and in this society, man, and just it's gonna be hard on you, man. So I would always try to just not be too hard, but just be to a point where they know, like, hey, okay, I need to step it up. So if I seen that potential, I would always put it out, just like a coach. You know, that's why a coach ride all the best players, because the coach can see something in you that you don't see in yourself. So he'll be hard on you, and you wondering why. But see, he see it and you don't. So he's trying to pull it out of you, and that's what I thought. See, I had that coach, you know, dad mentality. I always just try to pull it out of him. You know, don't go too hard, but just pull it out of him. You see him? Because I always seen it in him. But you know, I was told, hey, you overstepping a little bit, so I had to calm down. Number 3, players. But like I said, I went too hard. It was just like, like I say, we had difference of opinion. That's all. But number 3, at first you'll be met with resistance, not open arms. And I did this with my stepdad. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, I was still upset that my real dad was gone. So you know, it wasn't open arms. Now it was resistance at first. Being a stepdad coming into a new, already family-made situation, you will feel like and be an outsider, and their attitudes and immaturity will have them bringing up their dad's name constantly. And I did that, man. I want my dad. So that is true, players. I definitely did that, man. And I got the same thing from other female child also. So I understood where they were coming from. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go into it, players. Bringing up their dad's name constantly, even though they're not your biological kids or kid. You want to build a respectable and understanding relationship. You're not trying to replace their dad, but instead just to be a father figure to them. And that's what I told them, players. That's exactly what I told them. Hey, man, I ain't trying to replace your dad, but I am here to be a father figure. I am here to be a father figure. That's what I told them. All right, players. Okay, then just to be a father figure to them. So, and then I'm gonna break this down, players, because when you're a man, you can't help but have these intangibles, players, and it influences the kids or their kid. Check this. Teach the kids good manners, hard-working habits, chores, responsibilities, owning up to responsibilities, resilience. Now, resilience is how to bounce back from rejection. You see what I'm saying? Like I shared a story a while back when I was with a female that had a son, and he didn't make the football team, and she wanted me to go up and talk to the coach about why her son didn't make it. I said, no, hey, I seen him play out there. He could have gave a whole much better effort than what he gave. Let him sit out this year and come back next year. He'll be even hungrier. So I worked with him, and then the next year he came back. He wanted himself. I didn't just want to go up there and give it to him, and then he get on the team and he didn't work hard for it. No, learn resilience. Bounce back from that. You got rejected. Okay, work hard next time. Next time you'll get back on the team. See what I'm saying? So I teach them resilience. So same thing about the grades. You know what I'm saying? He came back with B's and C's. I know you could do better. Hey, okay, now focus on the studying. Because that's going to be your results and determine your grade. You see what I'm saying? So, resilience, players, bouncing back from rejection. Empathy, learning from a different perspective than theirs. You see what I'm saying? That's what empathy is. Learning from a different perspective than their own. You see what I'm saying? That's why I kept correcting them. Hey, I'm teaching you empathy right now. You're just learning from a different perspective than your own. Okay, players, Moore's principles. Have good character and integrity. Provide proper guidance. Reward good behavior and discipline bad behavior, like I was trying to do, and etc. Okay. When a man represents being a man, players, he brings them type of priceable intangibles, and it just influences the kids. Like I say, whether you have a child of your own or you being around another woman's kids, you being a stepdad. When you represent being a man, those intangibles that I just named, it'll automatically influence the child because those are priceless intangibles, players, especially from like a real man, player. I'm talking a real man now. Number 4, players, don't force a relationship with the kid. Let it be genuinely. Let it genuinely come together. So, yeah. Like I say, I go into it. Some stepdads try to rush and fast-pace the relationship as a way to try to please themselves and the mother. They come in trying to go through the child to get to the mom. You know what I'm saying? So you know how that go with gifts, money, special treats, and etc. You know what I'm saying? They always want to go on trips. I remember Martin Lawrence in that movie. At the end of 2011, hey, he told that woman, hey, I'm going to take your child to Disneyland. Then when he went to go break up with her, and then she said, you promised my child that you're going to take him to Disneyland. You liar, see? See, he lying. He just trying to butter the kids up to get to the mom. See, that's what he did. But also try to catch up with the biological parents. If this is serious, build the relationship slow in the short term. So in the long term, it'll pay off. It'll be some back and forth in the beginning, but after having some serious sit-downs now, player, talking things out and getting to know each other, it'll build slowly but surely, and it will, player. In the short term, player, it might be some back and forth, player, but in the long term, it'll pay off. Like I say, if you take this woman serious now, you ain't trying to be like Martin Lawrence now. If you take this woman serious, in the short term, hey, it's gonna be definitely, because like I say, getting to know you getting to know them, so it's gonna take some time. But like I say, in the long term, player, if you're serious with this woman, it'll pay off, player. 5, how young or old the kids is a major factor also. Yeah, that's when they get rebellious, player. Teens are more challenging than the small kids. Yes, teens are more challenging than the small kids. Yes, indeed, man. Because they've entered into that rebellious stage. But both can be more accepting or rejecting. When it comes to respecting boundaries, rules, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, teaching them right from wrong. Yes, and oh, man. That's the rebellious stage, player. Yes, it is, man. Oh, yes, man. I had a hard time dealing with that. You trying to tell them, give them the tools that they can use. They don't want to use them. Then they hit their head. They come back. Told you I should listen, man. Hey, woo! Like I said, that's with my child, and then, the females out there with child. So it just wasn't in. Number 6, players. Every now and then you might have to step back if the situation is serious. And like I say, this if you, like I said, you're a part-time dad. Now, if she under your roof, it's different. But if you're a part-time stepdad, then you have to step back when it's a serious situation. As a stepdad, you will have a tendency to want to voice your strong but positive opinions now. Check that. Strong but positive opinions now when it comes to parenting decisions. The problem with being a stepdad is that they already are two biological parents who have all the rights to raising their child as they see fit, and they may not align with that what the stepdad has in mind, and that is true. I go into it. I got a story for that too. If the kid or kids are under your roof, you do have more of a say so. You do. That's what I was saying about the part time and then the full time means. Under one roof means you full time. So if the kid or kids are under your roof, you have more of a say so. But if you're just a part time stepdad, just being in her kids' life from time to time, you won't have much of a say so on major decision makings. And I'll give you a story about this. I had this guy. Well, he wasn't a guy. This little boy, right? Well, he was a young guy. So he wanted to. He had a basketball scholarship, right, to go to some school that was like, man, it was an all black school, and he wanted to go to this all black school to shoot ball. And I wasn't mad, but I was telling him, I said, hey, your mom is, she can't really take off and come see you by you being so far away, because you know her situation. You see what I'm saying? Then your dad, he worked, like he traveled a lot, and that's his job. So he can't really take off his job and work and just come see you either. So if you move closer, like an hour away or maybe 2 hours away, they can come see you. But this guy, he was trying to go, man, like 5-6 hours away. So what I was doing was just giving him a different opinion, something he can just think about, right? So they told me, well, let him make it. And I said, you know what, let me step back. But all I was doing was giving him a different opinion. So check this now. So then I sat down and talked to him. I was talking to the mom, so I talked to his real dad. So I talked to the boy. He was like 18, getting ready, graduate. So I said, man, I know you want to go. And I say, I don't blame you. But I was just looking at your mom's situation, and, I'm just looking at, she can't take off work all the time. Some you might get sick, and she can't come see you right then. So, or it could be an emergency, whatever, man. I just said, hey, I just want to give you a different opinion. So I said, I can see, but what he told me, it kind of shut me up. He said, you know what? I just want to get away from where I'm at. I said, hey, you know what? Okay, you won me over, man, because I thought the same thing when I got my track scholarship. I said, you know what? I want to go somewhere where I can get away for a while, look at something new, and get used to something, seeing something different than what I'm seeing, around here. So I said that, you know what? And when he said that, I shut up. Okay, yeah, you got it, man. But what happened, the reason why I said it was too, because I knew how irresponsible he was and immature. Because his mom, man, they had pillow fights when he used to wake up in the morning. Because like I say, the alarm clock would go off, man, and he'll still be asleep. So I was like, hey, man, your mama already got to beat you across the head with the pillow to get you up for school, man. The alarm clock going off and you still asleep. Now, when you go on your own now, who's going to be there to wake you up? Ain't nobody going to be standing over you, waking you up. Not even your roommate, probably. So I told him about my experiences and all that. So he still wanted to go. I didn't fight him. I didn't go, hey, you said you want to go, man. You worked hard for it. Hey, man, go. But I was just telling him how irresponsible he was, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I was telling him about, my experiences with the females and all that stuff. And I was telling him how I first got there in Players. He was like me, he had that real sweet tooth. He liked brown sugar and dark Hershey chocolate type of women, you know what I'm saying? He was like me. So I was like, man, the school you going to, that's like putting gasoline on fire, because he wanted to go to an all-black school, right? And I was like, man, it's like putting gasoline on fire with you, man, because you already got a real bad sweet tooth, man. He loved brown sugar and dark Hershey's candy type women, so... he went there, man, and I give him this credit. He did 3 months pretty good, but the rest of it, man, he was missing classes, man, like the practice, and he called me one day. I'm like, what's going on, man? He talked to me. He said, hey, man, the same thing you told me about the women, because I was telling him, man, I said, the women that you're going to be experiencing that player, they're going to be a whole lot fine and thicker and, man, a whole lot more mature than what you're dealing with now, player. So you're going to be in for a treat, man. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of fun, man. Woo, I can know when I went to school, man. Boy, them women there, man, were totally different from the ones in high school. So I was just preparing him for what he's about to get into, you know what I'm saying? Just getting him the tools he could use. And he called me one day, hey, he was just telling me, man, I'm slacking off. I ain't got that, I ain't hungry no more. I said, man, hey, man, stay focused, player. But I said, you know what? I said, because he was telling me, man, about how he was taking down 2-3 women a week. In 1 week, and I was like, man, he trying to take down the whole school in one semester. But that's what got him messed up with coming late to practice and missing, class and whatever. But check this though, I was telling him about mine. I said, you know what, when I had learned my lesson, because I was trying to do what he was doing, and I said, man, I used to come in like second or third or fourth run the track, but then I started messing around during the week, And I waiting after the track meets, and I start coming, man, feel 6, you know what I'm saying? Start lagging behind, messing up my relay team, everything. You know, they were counting on me, so I learned from it. So I told him, man, you want to eat to digest your food. Never overeat, players, and get greedy to get constipated. You see what I'm saying? And that's what he was doing. See, I wasn't even doing that when I first got there. It was at least, you know what I'm saying, 1 a week, you know, or 2 a week, something like that. But him, players, this man was getting constipated, man. I was like, hey, man, eat to digest, never eat to get constipated. You see what I'm saying? When you see yourself getting full, push that plate back away from you, man. Because those same women, players, that you pushing that plate away back from, they'll be there when you get back, when your appetite come back, and your stomach get back empty. And when you get back ready to eat again, they'll be right there, players. So always eat to get full to digest your food, man. Never just get greedy with all those women, man, so you get constipated. You see what I'm saying? And he got constipated a lot. But then, after he left that school, he transferred closer to home, and I think he's playing overseas ball now. So he worked out good. But I just told him, man, you know, take those same tools I gave you when you go to the next school, and just always eat to digest your food, man. Never overeat, get greedy, and get constipated. You see what I'm saying? Push those women back, man. They'll be there when you get your appetite back. Trust. But you know, we worked it out. But like I say, you know, I just gave him another opinion. That's all. Number 7. You're being a stepdad to a T, but outsiders won't look at it like that, and they won't. They're gonna always say something about you, player. Even though you're being the stepdad, you won't receive the proper recognition of being the parent. And like I say, you ain't trying to replace the dad, you just being a father figure. But they won't look at you as the parent, and we all know that. Other people will look at you like you're just there for the time being. Even if you're dead serious. Even if you dead serious, they still gonna look at you like, nah, he just playing. You're just wasting your time. You taking care of another man's problems. I got that. And made it easy on her and him. Paying his tab. You paying another man's tab. I got that. But just remember, as long as the mother acknowledges her appreciation for you, your positive influence, hard work, and dedication to the kids, then it doesn't matter what the outsiders say. Prepare to get roasted, players. Because I got roasted a lot, man. They call me, talking about me all the time, man. Oh, man, I'm going to start calling you stepdad, this, stepdad, that. Like I always got talked about, man. Always, man. They always pick me. You paying another man's tab, man. You making it low light on them. Like I say, man, my intention was never to find a woman with kids. The women I would meet when I go places just so happen to have kids, you know what I'm saying? But I would always try to keep a limit to like 2, hoping they older so they can watch themselves if we leave, and that way, you know, they can be more, you know, responsible. See what I'm saying? So I would look at it like that. As long as she got 1 or 2, hopefully it's 1, but if it's 2, I'm cool. And then they older, they can watch themselves when we go somewhere. We ain't got to be, you know, trying to find a babysitter, pay that, do this. No, they be responsible, and they can handle themselves. So, you know, but like I say, they talk about me all the time, players, man. It was never my intention. It just so happened, players, you know what I'm saying? But hey, they roasted me bad, man, all the time, matter of fact. Hey, players, even with the kids, your homies roasting you is one thing. But it's even harder when the kid is treating and looking at you like a bench player, not a starter. That is true, player. You'll feel left out of the family narrative and feel like you have a small role, even when you see yourself as full-time starter, player. Even when you see yourself as a full-time starter, player. Yes, indeed. They will look at you like that, player. Especially like to sit down and see you all the time. You will never get that full respect, but you will. You just never get that full respect. Like I said, you'll be looked at as a role player and not a full-time starter. Number 9, her family, your family, don't see you as a stepdad. They'll even look at you as her significant other, but not take you serious. And this is true. Your family might not be so accepted to the step kid or kids. They'll look at you as just her man, but never consider you as a part of the family, especially at the beginning stages until relationship progresses and lasts for some years. And that's true because I used to get that too. Like, if my daughter, hope and praise it never happened too soon, but if she was to get pregnant by another guy, I would never really believe it until she just showed it to me. Like, if that guy moved into his house and they was together for like 4 years, I believe that. But just by being in her life here and there, you really don't take that serious. So I can see why they can look like that. Like, they'll look at you just being with her for the time being, but not serious. Because like I say, it's not a commitment. A true commitment is when you move her into your house, and then that's serious, player. Like, that means you taking her serious for real. Because now you want to see her full time, not just part time. So if my daughter did it, I would want to see her with the man, him moving her in, and that's a serious commitment right there. So I can understand why they would look at me like that. 10 players. Her bond with the kid would be stronger and outlast yours. Even if she divorced her man, her bond with the kids will always be stronger than the one you have with them. If you want your relationship with the parents or kid to work, you have to know and understand that those are her kids, and this known fact will avoid your feelings getting hurt in the end. That's true, players. That's also true now. And it hurt me sometimes because, like I say, we bonded so strong. But then again, my mom, I was with my stepdad from the age of 11 to 18. And I believe my mom would have divorced him at the age 16. He'd have been hurt because, like I say, over time we developed a strong bond. At first, it was friction, you know what I'm saying, from my side. Like I say, I was immature, but as time went on, we had grew stronger and stronger. You know, our bond grew stronger. So if my mom would have divorced him in like 4 or 5 years, it would have been some hurt feelings because our bond was strong. So I'm saying, so I could see why. And I had some opponents that been hurt from that. You know, I'd been not real hurt, but just it was just disappointing, you know, because I got so caught up with him. He got so caught into me. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, it can happen that way. You know what I'm saying? But this known fact will avoid your feelings getting hurt in the end, players. It will. So just remember, that's her child, player, not yours. Even if you have been with her just for a long time. Number 11, how did you get involved in that situation? Was it either a breakup, divorce, or did he pass away? Or did he really pass away? You know, they will say you lie now. Those circumstances that led to y'all getting together will also have a major impact on the kid's reaction towards you in y'all's relationship. That will play. That definitely will, player. Definitely will, player. Hey, if the kid think that you the reason why their parents are not together, it will cause problems, player. It will cause problems. I'm gonna get into it. Number 12. Does the kid blame her for the fallout with the father and then punish you for it? Here we go. Most kids always want their dad and mom to be together forever, like I did. That's why I say I understand it. So the kid wants that he or she will blame the mom and punish you for the fallout. Yes, indeed. If this doesn't come together quickly by getting resolved, it can have a lasting effect on y'all's relationship to the point where it can help or hurt or make or break the relationship with the mother. And it will, player. Let him know. Let the kid know, player. You want the reason behind all that, player. Sit down and resolve it. It's the woman you really care about, player. Sit down and resolve it, player. I am not the reason why. Because I thought it was. I said, man, my mom divorced my dad because of this guy. And that's why our relationship was so sour at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Till I matured and realized, hey, she just, you know what I'm saying? They just grew apart and she went her way, even this way. But he still was in my life. But, you know, they separate ways. So, players, if that kid or kids feel like you was the problem behind her mom and dad not being together, player, their reaction towards you will be sour, player. It won't be a good one. But like I say, sit down and chop it up with them, player. Sit down and that'll just maintain a healthy relationship, player, because they know you're not the problem. 13. All three disciplining the child can cause confusion. All parents have to be on one accord when it comes to making the final discipline decisions. Yes, that is true, player. Everybody got to be on one accord. I even do it with my daughter now. How's that thing? If one is not on board, it confuses the child. So all three adults need to agree on the best punishment and discipline tactic. And it has to be concrete in order for it to be effective. That is true, players. Concrete, players. Concrete. Make sure everything on one accord. I do that now, though, players. 14. Y'all two will bump heads on the final decision makings. If she has a friendly relationship with the kids, and you're the authoritative one, it's going to cause problems. That is her child, but you'll have to constantly remind her to remain firm and take the adult approach and not the friendly approach. So she'll be taken seriously. You got to stay on her about that, players. You got to stay on her about that, man. Do not be friendly, man. Be authoritative. Please, man. Don't be the friends, players. And tell her don't be the friend. You got to be authoritative to be taken seriously, man. Because if you start being a friend, player, they're going to start talking to you like a friend, disrespecting you, cussing in front of you. Because like I say, they feel friendly. They don't feel like a parent. You feel like a friend. See what I'm saying? So, players, make sure she remain at the authoritative position too, just like you, man. No friends, player. Because everything got to be on one accord. 15. Once she enters into your life with a child, her ex becomes a part of your life too, yeah? You may or may not even like him. And he may or not even like you. But y'all two are grown adult men, so it's best to find common ground. And I always say that. Respect goes two ways. In order to receive it, it has to be given first, players. That's true. Go both ways. If there is no respect, at least try to remain cool and cordial, player. This maintains an even keel relationship between the two because having hostility against each other just adds more problems and sets the wrong example. That is true, player. That is true, player. I try to maintain most definitely a cordial one. Like I say, he ain't gotta like me, ain't gotta like him, but we gonna maintain a cordial relationship. Like I say, we gonna get along, player. At least, if we don't get, but I never really had problems with none of them. It always been cool, you know what I'm saying? So I never really had problems, but like I say, they have made him jealous to a point they always talking about me in front of him. But for us, me and his relationship always been cool. The ones I had interaction with now. 16 players. There's no manuals on how to be a proper or the best stepdad. Now there is a book called Awakening the Master Masculine. That's about being a man, tools to become a great man. Now that one, but I haven't seen one on how to be the proper stepdad or the best dad. But hey, There's no manuals written on how to be a proper or the best stepdad. If you're serious about her and her situation, just make sure she wants it to work it out just as much as you do. You doing your part to the best of your man abilities, and she's putting her weight as far as a mother. And that is true, player. Don't just you be the one doing all the work now, player. But she got to do her half, player. You 100%, 100%. And that's the one you taking serious now. So, players, you to work out it just as much as you do. You doing your part to be the best man of your abilities, player. And she's putting her weight as far as the mother, which is true. Remove high expectations and definitions of success and failures, player, because of what others say a good stepdad is. Now, I'm about to drop you now, players, and have your own high expectations and the definitions of how a man is supposed to be represented, and that'll help guide you to being what a dad is supposed to be. Yes, indeed, players. Hey, like I said earlier, when you represent being a man, that is your manual to being a great dad, great stepdad. Because like I said earlier, you got integrity, character. See what I'm saying? You to bounce back from resilience. You know about empathy. You know morals, principles, character. All that, players. Owning to responsibility, taking care of chores. So you know all that. So you just being a man yourself is your guide. Now there's no manual to being a great stepdad or dad, but the man you are, you know what I'm saying, can guide you, players, to being a great dad or stepdad. This one goes for, like I say, dad or stepdad, player, but this is the role, player, of a stepdad. The role of a stepdad, player. I just want to break that down, share some of my experience with you, players. I still maintain a certain relationship with some of them, players, and like I said, it's not about women. It could be about, just life in general, player. Like, they can have kids now, some are still in school now, but they have kids now, they want to know what it is to be a dad. And the females call me about, being a mom, and I still maintain a certain relationship, player, with them. Like, I let them call me sometimes. Any birthday come up, I text them. But other than that, I try to let them, call me, because I know they're young now, and they, when you old, and you ain't really thinking about your mom like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you outside experiencing yourself. So, I try to let them, live life and learn their own. But then they need a cheat sheet, to a code. Hey, I got the cheat sheet code for them when they get stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. So I just try to provide the tools they need, just throughout life, period, player. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I enjoy it, man. Because everywhere I go, I just try to get influence, player. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Like I say, me as a man, giving away influence. That just automatically happen, player. See what I'm saying? Any situation I'm in. A woman could be single unless you got 1 or 2 kids. I'm going to just be an influence on whoever I come to interaction with. You see what I'm saying? Whoever, player, I interact with, I'm going to influence. You know what I'm saying? That's just me just being a man. That's what I represent that. So, player, this is the role, player. So, what's that, dad, player? All right, player. I hope this helped y'all, man. All right, players, respect.